Good morning and happy Sunday. It is Mike. I just realized I have not set up my screen for sharing yet, so I'm going to do that real quick. So this might get a little distracted. Oh, no, nice and quick. This is my Sunday clearing the bases episode where I just go through all the stuff I found interesting from the past week. It's snowing a lot here in Maine. I'm really sorry about the tardiness of this video. Usually I have it out by like 7 or 8 a.m. at the very latest, and I'm just now recording it at 9:50 or starting the recording at 9:50. So yeah, but I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments, any thoughts, please drop them below. As usual, this is heavy on Twitter because people post a lot of really interesting stuff on Twitter, and it's a quick way for people to get things out, especially about 2025 tops. So we'll get to a lot of 2025 tops, like the good and the bad. Uh, there's not a whole lot of theme here other than that, and there's a few things I'm going to get to before that. So let's throw my screen on here and we'll jump right in. This Federer Wimbledon finals racket made $118,000. Am I sharing my screen? I appear to be good. I was at this match. It was against Andy Roddick, 2004 finals. It was the first finals I went to. I went to 04 and 06. So it's cool to see that the racket sold for so much money. I remember being there. I wish I still had my ticket. I don't. They gave us, after the match finished, they gave us, as we were walking out of the Flushing Meadows where it's located, they gave us these red US Open hats, and they were amazing. I wore mine for years. Wish I still had that. Other big news from this week, Tom Brady bought an ownership stake in Card Vault, 50% stake with an eye on unprecedented growth and expansion. They will now rebrand as Card Vault by Tom Brady. I don't know how much plastic surgery Tom Brady has had, but it's a lot. And it just feels like he looks so different than he did 10 years ago. As somebody who watched a lot of like every Patriots game during the Tom Brady era. Um, yeah, so Tom Brady, 50% owner. It'll be interesting as more and more money, big money, gets into the hobby. What does that do to the hobby? The Yogi Berra Museum that those people went and stole and melted down his trophies and things. 3 people were convicted in the scheme that, and of course Roger Maris too. 3 people have been convicted, so that's good. No sentencing yet, as far as I was able to see. Muhammad Ali, his trunks from the Thrilla in Manila, plus let me see here, the uh, sold for 1.2 million. Here they are, signed. Pretty cool. And then Kobe Bryant, the sneakers that he was wearing when he famously sank 2 free throws just after suffering an Achilles tear, sold for $660,000. There was another one too. Oh yeah, Jordan Last Dance jersey sold for just shy of $1 million, also autographed. All right, some top stuff here. Always good when Topps puts out more details on their relic cards. So the memorabilia contained in this card is a game-used piece of equipment or uniform from an official MLB game from the featured athlete, who's Bryson Stott, but may not be from the event depicted in the image or on the card. This is good. This is an improvement. I am all for this. Good for Topps for actually doing something. And then on the flip side, we have the back of this card here says that Colin Burns led the Orioles in wins and ERA, and nobody ever caught it. It's Corbin Burns. And then this is something, I mean, these types of thing have happened forever. And we just happen to see it now because they are listed on Twitter immediately after. There have been errors, there have been miscut cards forever. Uh, this guy's son's 22 cards throughout the hobby box were miscut. It's terrible. But I believe you can reach out to Topps, show them the picture, and they'll replace them. Still, it does put a damper on a kid's day or whatever it was. But yeah, you would hope Topps would have some better quality control. Barry Bonds is now in Topps Series 1, hasn't signed in a long time. He was at the dunk contest last night. It's taking place in San Francisco, so it makes sense. I was just surprised to see him among all the current and former NBA stars. His autograph looks awesome. All right, I had to pause for a second because I just remembered this one here, Johan Santana. I had noticed this on eBay yesterday and shared this. Johan Santana autograph, amazing. Then we have this other one. This one is numbered to 25, Barry Bonds. This has a red background. Not much difference. Then this one is numbered to 5 with maybe a deeper red background. I don't understand the difference, but I've seen a lot of the Barry Bonds autographs. People are very excited about those, so good on Topps. All right, got a lot of people in my house today, so a couple pauses here. And then this David Justice Super Collector had posted a year ago yesterday, asking for David Justice being in the 35th anniversary cards for 2025. His 1990 cards got me into collecting, he said. David Justice was huge in 1990, early to mid 90s. And here he is in the 2025 35th anniversary set. So again, good on Topps. So this was Shohei's All Aces card last year. Great photo. Pitching purposefully, looks great. Here he is in the All Aces card this year in what appears to be a warm-up outfit and just tossing the ball around. Not great. As this person, Kicks Card, says, it's meh. I've seen a lot of people very excited about this one. This person is not. This is Mike Trout cards. Says too gimmicky. It looks like a cheap Donruss card, and I agree with that. This is the player number variation. So Mike Trout wears number 27, and so they put 27 all over the card. I don't understand why. What's the purpose of doing that? But people seem to love them. I think people love rare cards, whether they look good or are cool or not. People just want to say, I've got this rare card. And that's just not for me. And that's fine. It's just different collecting styles. But, hey, Topps getting people excited about cards. It's good. This is an interesting one. I actually pulled this one myself in one of my birthday boxes. This is the card. There's the card right there. So in Series 1 baseball, they did super short print dancing Dodger variations where players are shown dancing. But here we are with Teoscar, I always pronounce his name wrong, Teoscar Hernandez. This is his base card, but he appears to be dancing in it. So it's confusing a lot of people, especially on eBay. Off of Topps for a minute, 1916, Babe Ruth. This is his rookie card, blank back. Current, and this is PSA 7. I think there's none higher, if I remember correctly. I think that is right. The Magnificent Specimen share supremacy with just one other example. Yes, so there's PSA 7 is Pop 2, none higher. Current bidding is at, with a buyer's premium, $930,000. 6 days remaining. So I will have an update on this next Sunday. This is one of the few cards where you can say, I don't care about centering. You have to say it, right? Unless if you want to have one of these cards, and you have the money. I obviously don't have the money because my budget's like $1,000 for a big card. Okay, then we have Jackson Merrill. Casey posted this, and it shows Jackson Merrill with a great autograph, really good, followed by a pretty terrible autograph. And then Anthony Bowens, who is I think a wrestler, AEW, I think is wrestling, gives a little background. They make you sign a lot of cards and little stickers. The one on the right was probably towards the end of his session. With mine, you can definitely tell which comes in the beginning and which I did towards the end. Writing your name that many times over and over can make you delirious. Yeah. All right. This is something that's confusing a lot of people. How does this happen 4 days apart? Both were at auction. Bobby Witt, 2024 Topps Triple Threads, letter plus patch, number 3. One of them on the 10th sold for $1,225. The one on the 6th sold for $374. So it's more than 3x. And a lot of people are very confused about this, but it seems clear to me that the patch, the R, is much cooler. It's hard to even tell if this was a J at first. It just looks like a 2-color patch. Maybe if they had centered it better. And there are a few people in the replies saying it's because the patch is much better. But a lot of people are just very confused by it, and people will just pay up for cool patches. And I'll show another couple more really cool patches as we move through here. Both of them Joey Votto, I think. I think I've just got this right here, the whole article. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Former post office employee in Montana who was stealing cards and then trying to sell the contents of those packages back to the store that mailed them. So you're a post office worker, you see a package from a local card shop, you rip it open, steal it, and then go back to the card shop and say, hey, I've got these cards, do you want to buy them? It's shockingly stupid, brazen. Facing prison time, as you can probably imagine. Stole more than 10,000 cards. Brian Gray, former owner of Leaf Trading Cards, said he's been on Twitter all week last week talking about how we need to forgive backyard breaks and grants and move on. And he put his money where his mouth was, where he spent $20,000 on one break. You can see here spending $2,000. And then he just doubled down and tripled down and kept saying, "Yep, I think we should forgive them." And if you believe that, that's one thing. But then going out and throwing $20,000 at them, such a weird thing. I didn't understand his perspective, but whatever. All right, Topps posted this. I saw this somewhere else too. I don't remember. This collector has every Detroit Tigers flagship base card in history dating all the way back to 1952. 1952 to 2024. Every Detroit Tigers card, which is awesome. 73 years of Tiger history. Not selling it. I am hoping to get in touch. This is what I like to do with my newsletter, with my non-Monday newsletters. I'm hoping to get in touch with this guy and interview him, get a little history behind his collection, who he is, why he has done this, what does it look like. So hopefully in my newsletter, you can sign up here, junkwaxhero.com. You can see some of the stuff I've done in the past. There's a lot of, I usually do a couple of articles a week. Junkwaxhero.com. The Monday newsletter is always free, and you can sign up for free. This is a good article if you are a Saturday Night Live fan, and I was a fan from like 1988 to 94-ish, roughly. Obviously, Wayne's World Square in that. This is an article by Collect. I'll put this in my newsletter for Monday. I don't know if I'll do my newsletter Monday or Tuesday. Monday's a holiday for a lot of people, and I have a really busy day today. So you might find my Monday newsletter comes out on Tuesday this week. Darren Ravel, speaking of Collect, eBay seller with fake Michael Jordan auto, debut ticket with fake upper deck hologram, hoping you don't have the Etsy app installed on your phone. If this were real, it would be $250,000. Yeah. And then I Am Meatballs. Here we go with I Am Meatballs. The breadth of this guy's counterfeit shop on Etsy is really something. Be careful with Etsy, man. You got to be careful with the cards. You just never know. You've got like this is a Babe Ruth. These are Babe Ruth Gowdy cards, 52 Willie Mays Burke Ross cards, tickets. They're selling them for $15. And then people put them in fake slabs and sell them on eBay, and you're not protected because it's a old fake GAI slab. I talk about it a lot. I get a little bit sick of it, but it's just so common. The Eagles, you may forget that in the past week, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. That was only a week ago. Through a partnership with The Realist, which I've never heard of before, sell Super Bowl confetti in a glass for $60. That's kind of fun. I like that. Would you buy something like that? I think $60 is a lot, but if I were a huge Eagles fan, I would consider it. Like the Red Sox in 2004. I wouldn't buy it from any other Red Sox World Series, but if they had that in 2004, I know there's no confetti in baseball, but if there were, that's something I would consider buying. You got this is I don't know who this is. Ryan's cards. This guy messaged him. Last one sold for $334. I can't pay 98% of comps. And his answer is then don't buy it, which is exactly right. You don't, as a seller, you don't need to cater to other sellers who are trying to buy your cards. It, if you're a seller and you're trying to buy one at 70 or 80% of comps, you should try bundling. Just buying one card and saying, I can't pay comps is garbage and it's lazy. It might work. You might get a few, but try bundling. Oh, yeah. So this is really interesting. Lionel Messi card autograph. It's a Topps certified autograph issue. They received a call from PSA informing them that the card auto was fake and it was potentially signed by his brother. Apparently, there are some online rumors about this. I'm not aware of. So he asked if PSA customer service would document this in email form, so they did, but they minced words in the email and said they couldn't authenticate the Topps certified autograph. It felt substantial enough for Topps to rectify, so I reached out to Topps directly, sent them explained the situation, sent the card. They asked that I send the card to them, but they could not guarantee a solution because the card was over 1 year old. Now, sometimes people are uh, wiping autographs off, so you would hope that Topps has a record of what the autograph looked like. I don't know. It's a pretty crazy thing. In the past, players were supposed to have recorded themselves autographing the cards or the stickers, but then the pandemic happened, and I think that went out the window. It's probably too expensive for Topps to maintain all that stuff and take all the videos. I don't know. Tag, which is kind of a cult, has a cult following in the hobby, put out this long statement. I don't understand it. It's a sincere gratitude for the overwhelming support we've received. We believe in the power of technology to minimize human bias and subjectivity, as everybody would like to. It's been a long journey to get here, but we're just getting started. Our ultimate goal is to democratize grading and introduce remote grading pods in stores near you. The pods will encapsulate your cards on site, making high precision grading more accessible than ever. Uh, sounds to me like they want to just put in automated grading pods, which feels really risky for your card. Like a machine is just gonna you insert your card and the machine then grades your card and encapsulates it, which would surely be popular among some people, but man, that feels really dangerous. Is that where we're going? Is that we're gonna see PSA pods somewhere? I don't know. That feels like kind of jumped the shark a little bit. Speaking of Henry Winkler, who I talked about last week, if you're not aware, the jumping the shark concept came from Fonzie jumping over a shark in a Happy Days episode. Uh, this is a really cool card, Bo Jackson, Bobby Witt Jr., but they put the Bo Jackson autograph upside down. Speaking of best awesome patches, here is a Joey Votto patch, and it's game used. This is from 2024, I think, but it just came out. Great looking patch, and there's an even better one here. It's great. Awesome patch. Game used. This is funny. Let's see if it's still active, actually. Yeah, it is. So for $20, oh, it's not. Hang on. It appears to be gone. So somebody posted a LeBron, Steph Curry, KD autograph Tops Now card in a like a KSA slab, and it's fake. It's all three of the autographs are fake, and there's a nameless certificate of authenticity. Uh, yeah, that's be be careful out there. People are just putting the eBay will not authenticate this card if it's not in one of the big grading companies. The custom label option for $10 per card. Want a team logo or custom label instead of grading services. We do not authenticate in-person autographs. Yeah, be careful out there. Since I've been following this saga the whole time, Tops Black, remember, this is Eric, those back pages, has been saying that the Tops eliminated Tops Black parallels. And he was right, they did. But apparently they're now, because they said they heard the criticism and they've decided to bring them back. They're putting the Series 1 Tops Blacks into Series 2 to make up for it. So I think this is good. Proves that, this is where Mike Mahan talked about it, and he even said, "We heard the fans." It proves that if you make a stink about something, it can make a difference. This is a sick card. I was hoping that this was an on-card autograph. It is not. It's a sticker. What a bummer. Cooper Flag is a Mainer, so I want one of his autographs. I think it's the only Maine athlete I need an autograph of for my collection. Although I guess you'd have to consider Duncan Robinson too. Mike Summer posts really thoughtful things. He says, "Today's reminder that there continues to be new entrants to the hobby every day." And he's right. This guy posted in Sports Card Nonsense. I'm not sure if this qualifies, blah, blah, blah. A pack of 89 Fleer from a giveaway and pulled these two cards and got a good laugh of what Ripken's bat says on the knob. And then this type of thing in the Sports Card Nonsense group gets torn apart. Anytime somebody new asks a question that everybody knows the answer to or points out something that everybody's already aware of, they get shredded. And that's really bad for the hobby. If you're going to tear people apart who are brand new, who are just asking questions or saying, "Hey, did you know that the these two killers were in the background of this Mark Jackson card?" It's not a good look. All right, Caitlin Clark, 2024 Panini Prism rookie cards. are selling for bonkers amounts of money. PSA 9 just sold at auction for $255. This is her base card. No refractor. PSA 8 sold for 102. There's more too. Here's the base, not graded. I don't have how much it actually sold for, but it was buy it now or best offer for 80. Here's another one for 60. They're selling for a ton of money. $63 at auction base. All right, this is Joe Orlando, who's at Heritage. PSA 10, 1968 tops, Ernie Banks. PSA 10. Amazing. And then if you ever want to know how much these are selling for, this one sold for 48,000. This one sold for 50,000. MLB debut patches. Imagine I think the Skeens was a 10-10, right? Not that it matters because it's a one of one, but people will pay up for that. Uh, how much will that Skeens sell for? This is a Grand Slam Collectibles. Cracked open this Upper Deck Mark McGuire retro lunchbox. Found this Babe Ruth autograph in it. Another one I would love to speak with the people who found it just to get the story. That's really, really cool. And that's all I've got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, sorry for the delay. Hope you have a great Sunday. Stay warm.